Assalamualaikum.
Merhaba.
Khushamdeed.
Hoş geldiniz.
Welcome to our YouTube channel, Miyaan
Biwi
Aur
TV.
Welcome guys to our fifth drama review.
Fifth drama review. Sixth video.
Sixth video, fifth drama review. I hope you guys are all doing well, having a good weekend or had a good weekend by the time this video comes out. So we are glad for your support. Keep supporting us, sending us your love, your feedback. We are really eagerly waiting for it with each video. And before we go on, we would like to say that we have started making a little bit of funsy, cutesy videos as well.
Yeah.
Today was our first one that we published, so please check it out. It is fun. It is actually an expansion of our Word of the Day segment, where we are talking about similar words in Urdu and Turkish languages and how they sound different or they are pronounced different, but they have the same meaning and the same spellings almost. Like today, just to give a little sneak peek, we talked about kofte.
Köfte.
Did you hear the difference between what Erdem just said? Say it again.
Kofte is in Urdu, kind of like köfte is in Turkish. So kofte
not
slash köfte.
And he refuses to understand if I say kofte. He always tries to correct me to
Köfte.
See what I have to deal with. Okay, so yeah, we would be glad if you check it out and let us know your feedback. If you enjoy, we would do more of these, and it's fun for us. And also a different setting.
Also, you guys also can tell us some words, so I can try to tell.
Yeah, that would be so fun. Please give him some extremely difficult. Okay, I need to tell you a sneak, like a cheat. He can't really say re, so that would be fun.
MashaAllah. Thank you. बहुत अच्छे. Shabash.
Bravo.
Yes.
Aferin. But Aferin is also in Urdu sometimes used. Okay. So also for our video, we had a different setting. It was not our house. It was outside outdoors. So do tell us the outdoors if you enjoyed that natural setting. We really enjoyed that. So if you
it was more like a short video.
Short video. So let's move on to the real purpose for which
this video.
We are sitting face to face across the table like this.
For the drama review, which is
Qarz Jaan. Qarz Jaan. Okay. Super. 2
episodes we watched.
Intense. I would say the first episode, which was episode number 27, was much more intense than Sunday's episode. So Qarz Jaan, a little parallel of, I feel like maybe we are gone into the flashback of maybe how it was for Bisma and Asim when they were separated, and we are now seeing that in the storyline of Nashwa and Ammar and Burhan, right? Because if you remember in one of the episodes, Bakhtiar said to Ammar, you are just like Behzad, Bisma's husband. You're just like Behzad. All your habits are like Behzad. So in this storyline, I think Burhan is Asim, Nashwa is her mother Bisma. And Ammar is Behzad. So it's like history repeating itself, right? So that question remains. Right now, we really don't know the answer. Will Nashwa be able to get out of this? Because she's refusing.
We made a poll about this, and so many people said yes, Nashwa will save herself. But how? How is the question?
How is the question?
Yes.
So the first kind of scene, or the second scene we can say, that we see in episode number 27 is when Bisma and Asim go to plead to Bakhtiar.
That scene I didn't like.
So tell us why, Erdem, why?
That scene I didn't like because we also talked about this when we were actually watching the drama. So the thing is, they know themselves, actually their behaviors and everything, their reaction, how can it be and stuff. They know, but they still went there and they was like, okay, but I will do this. Asim was saying, so I will say sorry and I apologize, and he apologized actually also. But the thing is, there was no need for that. and they must actually have known this, like their response would be this, like
no.
the grandma
Kind of
pushed the hand of
her,
the Bisma.
Bisma's hand.
Yeah, so these things were very I was guessing these things, of course, to
Yes.
happen. Still, they tried their luck, maybe we can say. They tried their chance,
Not their...
but like we knew like it was a bad idea from the beginning.
I think what the story, the writer wants to show us, and the director, is that how desperate these are the parents.
They are very desperate. The other ones are very stubborn.
They are stubborn, they are cruel, they are zalim.
Yeah,
So
zalim.
they want to show the desperation, the position, because Asim for Burhan, because he's seeing how Burhan is tortured because of Nashwa leaving him, and for Bisma, of course, it's about Nashwa. So it's like the last, because they are such good people that they cannot go to the level to which Ammaji and Bakhtiar are going. So it was like, I thought this scene was like they are king and queen, you know, those zalim kings, like dictators, like tyrants. They are sitting on their thrones, and you know, your subjects come begging you for life, like please forgive us, like, because she was literally kneeling, and she's like, take these people away. They literally did that. They left them
there. Left them there. They left before also. I mean, before them they just left.
So that scene, and again I will mention here Bakhtiar's, Deepak Parwani, the actor's smile. His smile, it's like subtle, but not very subtle. It's I would say, at the risk of repeating myself, very Marvel villain.
You were saying this. Yes, I remember.
Because I am really, when I see him smile, my heart is like, I wanna like suffocate, like I wanna strangle this man.
But every time we are saying the same thing, he is a good actor, so
so you get that feeling.
Yes, you
if
get
you are
that
getting that feeling, it means the actor is doing their job really well. So anyways, then we go on to Bisma. She goes to Nashwa. She said, Nashwa, I think she said that this zid you got from your khandan, from your from your father's side, you got this zid from this khandan, from this family, because I am not like this, my family is not like this. Then Nashwa says, but you are the one who always tolerated and things, and you always told me how to maintain relationships, and this is all like she's saying too. So basically, Nashwa, we see, is still adamant that she will go through with this shadi, with this wedding. And yes, she also tries to kind of defend Ammar. She says Ammar is at least not like Bakhtiar. He's not a hypocrite. He is how he is, right? So I can maybe fix him, kind of. Like, she doesn't exactly use the words fix, but she's like, maybe first of all, I cannot make new relationships by breaking old one, and this you taught me, mother, and that I can basically fix Ammar. Basically, she's like, I can be his psychologist, because the way she analyzes Ammar, I feel like she's like a psychologist. But girls, we do not need a fixer-upper. We do not need to work on projects. We sometimes choose men who need to be fixed at. I'm not talking if my husband is like thinking, wait, what is she talking about?
No, I was just listening to you because you're right.
Because I know about my friends who, or some relatives in the family, who just give so much of their years to men, trying to like, maybe they will soon realize their, but they don't. So I think again she's taking Ammar as a project.
Also, Nashwa actually knows him very well, like, because they grew up together.
So we see that relation, like that scene between Bisma and Nashwa, and basically, there we mentioned one thing. When she makes so many excuses for Ammar's character, we said that are they trying to whitewash Ammar's personality, right? Because we have seen he had done such horrible things in the beginning of the drama, in the past. He is not a very nice guy at all. So finally we saw in the second episode, but we will come to that. Okay, then moving on. Basically, they don't show any shadi. They just show it has happened, and she's in the room. She cleaned his old mess. Yes, they didn't even decorate the room. Why? Why didn't Dinesh do that? Why didn't
I
Dinesh
don't know.
decorate? I wonder, because they were like buying the jewelry, doing this, that.
Yeah.
So why didn't you decorate? Not Burhan, sorry. Ammar's
Maybe they
room.
were thinking like first Ammar was gonna marry Faryal. The name was Faryal.
Yes, Faryal.
So then they rejected their proposal. So then now they found Nashwa. Then they said maybe okay, she's under our control, so we don't need to do fancy stuff. Even they didn't show the shadiya, the wedding. We didn't see anything. They just said like their nikah is done. Then they said like okay, they right now they are married, and we saw in the like room.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I feel like maybe it is good that they didn't show, because we would be like we would be like suffering, because I feel like it's a torture also for audience, because if you think that people like I don't think anyone wanted Ammar and Nashwa to be together. I don't think anyone like while watching this drama. So I feel like they did maybe this intentionally to not maybe like show much. I mean, imagine they also like fancy stuff, they put very much like decoration and other things. It's like a little bit, I don't know.
I understand that, but they were making Binesh and Nashwa's friend, I forget her name, they were like buying things, doing some rasam. So decorating a room is the bare minimum. Like even a little bit of flowers, it was so dirty. His cigarettes or whatever drugs he takes, they were there, and Nashwa is like like putting
all
and
the
stuff.
Things.
So I found it that a little weird, because they also came to the room with Nashwa, didn't they see? Anyways, so Ammar goes late to the room. He is on the terrace smoking as usual, and his mother comes there, and his mother talks to him very emotionally. She says to him, you should now try to maintain this relationship. Nikah is a very big thing. Once you sign that document, now your whole life changes. He said, but I never saw that for you and Baba, So but basically she's saying maybe you can change your life. Nashwa is a very intelligent girl. She can, be there for you. So I thought she basically told her son that you should fulfill your responsibilities now. Now you are married, like kind of like grow up, son. But the thing which I would like to say here, maybe Erdem I think you will agree with me. In Pakistan, sometimes parents think, especially for their sons, even for their daughters, but mostly for the sons, if you get married, okay, now you will be responsible. Now you will know. Okay, when big things happen, okay, things come on your shoulders, you have to. But I don't think you need to first tell your children before, like why marriages, then that's why marriages sometimes suffer so much, because so much is put on the shoulders.
True.
Anyways,
so much responsibility and stuff, but you're right about that.
Sidetrack. So that was episode number 27. Then he goes to the room, and they're
then the other episode starts. Actually, if you remember, I was saying they cut the scene like from there, so abruptly, So the other episode started, so I feel like they did like a half there, they cut the scene. I wasn't expecting them to finish this 27th episode in the room. But okay.
So we go to episode number 28. He was angry
about why did you clean my mess? This is the just one place, single place that I feel feel peace. And he was saying, why did you do that? Why did you put your clothes? Take them out, take them. And like stuff there. So then he started smoking. Smoking is not nice. Like we can say
it's bad for health.
Bad for health.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer kind of. So he was smoking. Then Nashwa took the cigarette and you will not do this. And then
it was like how they were before the marriage. They were always talking to each other.
They went outside, right?
No, before that you are just missing one part where basically Nashwa's phone starts buzzing.
With Burhan, that scene.
We don't even know if it was Burhan. It just starts buzzing, and I don't think it was Burhan. Definitely
no. Ammar was saying Burhan. Because of that I said Burhan
Ammar
scene.
started taunting Nashwa. Oh, it must be your lover. It must be Burhan. I'm sorry, your guys' story couldn't. Like he was just taunting her, and he was finding some kind of pleasure, because she then went upset. She was like, don't say bakwas things. And he was smiling just like his father, just like Bakhtiar. He was saying, I probably didn't. They will not hire me now.
It is hard to replicate, I guess, or copy. It is hard,
I
but
gave a creepy smile. Theirs is evil. Anyway, so he was smiling. So where I was talking to Erdem and I was telling him that this shows, because in the previous week's episode also, when Ammar talked about Burhan, he called him a loser. Basically,
Yeah.
this is self-projection. When you feel these things about yourself, because we know Burhan is far from a loser. He is a respectable lawyer.
Yeah.
He fought and got the house for his parents.
True.
He has, like, he's a very responsible, very sensible kind of man, not short-tempered like
Yeah,
Ammar,
Ammar.
nothing like Ammar actually, and he has moral values.
Yeah.
So Ammar basically feels jealousy and insecurity from Burhan.
I want to add just rapist.
Yes,
So yeah,
he,
to say
Ammar
this is the biggest sin he was like. This is
I
the-
feel, what if there is something more to the story, but we will soon find out. I'm thinking after this episode they're gonna take us there, like I was saying. So yeah, so those smiles, I find them
No,
infuriating.
because of this reason, actually, I will say because of that girl's that happened.
Mahin.
Mahin. So because of that, actually, I don't have much sympathy. If this didn't happen, I would be maybe a little bit still. I would say he has some dad issues.
He definitely has daddy issues.
yeah, so I would say maybe then like
That's
pour him or something like just because the Bakhtiyar uncle slept also in front of
His friends
friends.
humiliated him.
So I was like thinking he's very like getting humiliated. He was, for example, comparing Nashwa to Ammar. To Ammar, he was saying, look at Nashwa and look at yourself. So he was saying like even Burhan, I guess he was comparing so many people. They compared him. They said he doesn't have a
Yes.
job, kind of. He's not doing anything. He's not working.
They're always
He's like,
degrading him,
yes.
especially Bakhtiyar.
Yeah.
Only Bakhtiyar mostly.
Not his mom. His mom is not doing.
Yes, Bakhtiyar.
Bakhtiyar uncle is doing.
But-
yeah.
By the way, mother is also doing damage because she's like, my son is very good. He's very... That's also... If you don't tell your
Yeah.
son from right or wrong, you are doing damage. The father is definitely doing damage to Ammar by literally treating him so badly,
Yeah.
always abusing him verbally, physically, and sometimes he deserves this, but sometimes it's not. You don't do it in
Yeah.
public. You don't do it. He's always taunting him, always saying other people are better than him. And then Dado... Maji is also like, oh, Ammar is, oh, he can do anything and everything he does is halal.
Yeah,
So
true.
everyone is doing such bad upbringing this boy
Yeah.
has had, but especially from father. So he definitely has daddy issues.
Yeah.
So then Burhan has this scene where he is with Bisma. He has this scene on the breakfast table.
I love you, ma.
I love you, Ma.
He says, I love you, ma. Yeah, which was very cheesy. I don't know. It didn't suit Burhan. Like, I understand
Well,
he respects
We
Bisma.
talked about this before. His
Gotten
behaviors,
more emotional.
Yes, he gotten more emotional, and his behaviors are a little bit changed.
Yeah.
Like he's not like very strict anymore.
Yeah.
He's more like expressing his feelings, his emotions. He's
Yeah.
expressing more.
Osama Khan's acting has been very nice. His like transition from this very like, you know,
Yeah.
like this kind of lawyer to this like broken hearted Romeo kind of vibe. It's nice, even though he's still very in his zone, but more emotional, definitely.
Again, I will just say as a note, like we liked him in acting, or his acting in Osama Khan's
Yes.
acting in Hashtag.
Yes, guys,
Hashtag.
do watch that show.
Yeah,
We
do
will
watch,
be-
and we will be uploading our also review video
Small.
about that small video in outdoor. Again, we were like
Hashtag.
recording. So Hashtag is a we can recommend that show. It's like just 4 episodes, short and
Murder mystery.
murder mystery. Yeah, thriller, a little
thriller murder mystery, and on Geo. It's a Geo television show. So do watch that. So yeah, so Osama Khan is in that. Okay, coming
Yeah.
back to Qarz Jaan. So he says that sometimes people leave us and इन्हें छोड़ना हमारे इख्तियार में है, बट इस बात को मान लेना हमारे इख्तियार में नहीं होता.
हमें छोड़ना उनके इख्तियार में होता है, लेकिन शायद इस बात को मानना हमारे इख्तियार में नहीं होता.
That sometimes people leave you or you leave people. This is in our control, but is to accept this thing sometimes is not in our control. So you are stuck in that. So I think he is right now stuck in that because he loves Nashwa so much.
Yeah.
He poured his heart out
of
to
course.
Nashwa.
Yeah.
So we saw all that. So yeah, and then basically, then one of the towards the end of episode number 28, Ammar and Nashwa are in a car.
Yeah, they were going, and
Nashwa
was
is
saying
taking him somewhere, we don't know where, and then they stop outside of a
rehabilitation center,
rehab. So she says that Ammar, you need some psychiatric evaluation, you are a drug addict, you have some psychological issues, just once for me try, which was, I mean, okay, good try,
reasonable,
but we all know that Ammar would never
agree. Reject, he will not agree.
So he does what I totally predicted. He said, oh, okay. Then Nashwa gets out of the car and
then
he just
leaves.
Drives off.
Yeah, drives off.
So he drives off. So Nashwa is just there, like on this footpath outside, left alone. Like
then it's very small world.
Very small Karachi.
Very small Karachi. Burhan sir is appearing from the
in a car. He's So Burhan sees Nashwa sitting very sad and forlorn on the sidewalk. She's tried calling Ammar.
Even Nashwa said actually to him, like, this is not your usual route. Like,
I think in the drama they addressed this. They were like, oh, audience.
People are gonna say this.
What a coincidence. So let's just quickly address it.
Yeah.
So, but actually that dialogue I like, because she says that this is not your usual path, like you change your path. Then he said that rasta badalna sirf aapko aata hai, like only you know how to change paths. She said we are paths.
Debate. Was he following her like with the GPS or some?
That's not Burhan. No, I don't think so. By the way, on that table, we were talking about Bisma and Burhan being there. Burhan says that don't worry, I'm not going to make any problems for Nashwa. I'm not going to do anything which will create problems. So he's not going to do any hurt lover stunts.
Joking way, I was just saying, but like how can he be there? I was like, what? Okay.
Coincidence.
Yeah, coincidence.
So like I was saying, this dialogue was cute where Nashwa then says that our paths were never even one. मेरा और आपका रास्ता कभी एक था ही नहीं. Then he says,
but it can become.
Yes, he said, but हो भी सकता है कि एक रास्ता हो जाए. Then he said, I mean, you should focus on your practice. That's what he meant. So he changed that in the end. But clever Burhan, we understood. We got the sign. So that was nice. Anyway, so again going to Ammar. So Ammar leaves Nashwa. He goes to the beach side where he parks his car and he starts smoking again. And there twice in the scene, the director shows us a gun in his car. Twice. So there must be something, I think, in the upcoming episodes about the gun. Something big is going to happen, and there's a government document. I think maybe the relevance of the document is the license of the gun, but we don't know. But yeah, we see a pistol in his car. And then there is a whole flashback of all
what happened in the earlier episodes.
History. We have Ammar is thinking of it.
Finally, in this episode, they showed Mahin's case again. And they like flashbacks and stuff. Mahin's the car was like hitting her. We saw that again, and like she came to their house to show, like to delete the pictures, the videos and stuff. The video
reference, the
everything again. They like
showed in Ammar's flashback. So we are thinking that definitely they are again recapping it for us, the audience, because it has been so many episodes since that happened. So this means that it's gonna open, like it's relevant to Mahin's case is gonna come in the next episodes. So that's it. And just in the end, one scene is Burhan goes, he gets a call. There's some crisis at the office. He goes to the office. So Bakhtiar is very angry. The police has raided one of their projects because it's an illegal project. And so here he says his son-in-law, Beenish, his husband, Asad, is being a problem because he's a very honest man. He's not corrupted like Bakhtiar and co. He is not taking bribery. So he thinks that maybe Asad is creating some issues. So what does Ammar... And while Ammar enters the office, because Bakhtiar is in so much rage, he berates Ammar. He says, you are so useless, you are this, you are that, look at other people's son helping, And then what does Ammar do?
I will fix myself. then you just don't do anything.
He said, I will deal in my
But
way
before
with
that,
Assad.
we need to mention maybe he was saying on the phone also, you can kill these people and all other murder people.
Yeah.
He was just giving order, kind of like he was talking.
Yes.
So like we were actually saying something happened to Mahin, so it can be Bakhtiyar uncle. But we will see in the upcoming episodes, I guess. And one more thing I wanted to mention actually, in the earlier episode, one episode before this, 27, this is 28, right? This was 28 or
28.
28, okay. 27th, the 7th episode. Burhan sir, I will say Burhan sir. Burhan sir was with his car for one day in one place, right?
Yeah.
There was a time-lapse video. And he was just sitting, like staying there,
being
and
sad about
like being
Nashwa
sad, of
getting
course, about Nashwa. But like whole like time passed, and he was still there, and like that scene was just like, was he there all the time?
Interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Magic of filmmaking or drama making. So anyway, so I think Burhan's reaction just after he got scolded from his father, and then he says,
then
now
he just leaves.
It's like this weird daddy issue dilemma which we have seen in other movies. Again, a Bollywood reference of a very Fazul movie that I didn't like, but many people do like, controversies, Animal, Ranbir Kapoor. My husband hasn't seen, I will tell him. So in that, again, that guy loves Ranbir Kapoor like Ammar. He's crazy about proving to his father that I'm worth it, I'm worthy. This is, I think, Ammar's thing also. But then he becomes so violent, so like reactionary. And so I think now Ammar wants to prove to his dad that I can manage the issues. But is he gonna create more problems? Because I think he is, definitely. So yeah, that's all for our...
That's all. For Qarz Jaan.
For Qarz Jaan. Moving on to
Dastak.
Tak tak. Dastak means knock.
Knock knock.
Knock knock.
Dastak.
So Dastak episodes 17 and 18. First of all, Mubarak ho.
Marco, for
They have made 2 episodes of Dastak.
Yeah. Also with the CC, but no, one episode
One was with
didn't have
CC. So
CC.
ARY, now this request is for you. Please make your request.
I did so many times actually for Hum TV.
Hum
I
TV,
did.
yeah.
Now this was in
ARY.
ARY. Yeah. ARY. So I can say the same thing. Like the CC, like the first episode had the CCs, so the second episode didn't have CCs. Please, like we need CCs. Just I want CC because I'm an international audience and I need CCs. Without CCs, my wife is translating to me, but
and it's not as fun.
Yeah, so CC we need, please ARY, listen to us.
Please. Lütfen in Turkish.
Lütfen in
please.
Turkish, yeah.
Okay, so episode number 17 of Dastak. Moise basically learns from his fiancée after Kiran and her friend, Moise's friend, tells Moise that your fiancé Naveen actually is being forced to marry you. So then he confronts his fiancée in a restaurant and she tells him, yes, that's true. But she says that, can you please not tell that I don't want to do this? So he says, okay, I will just end it from my side and
your name will not be
come
revealed
in this.
So
he talks to his parents and he says that I am not compatible with Naveen. I met her for a small amount of time and we are not compatible. They are astonished because, you just had your engagement.
This wasn't enough for them, the parents, of course. They were like...
Never enough for Pakistani parents. So they wanted to know more, but then basically he tells his mother in private that the real reason is because Naveen likes someone else, and this was told to me by Kiran and my other friend and also Naveen. So he says, but mother, please do not tell anyone else. But of course she also tells her husband. So anyway, so this is first in episode 17. This happens with Moise's story. Then we see that Kiran wants to shift her office to her house.
Upper portion.
The upper portion for her office, so she can be close to Shani, her son.
But parents needs to move into...
The parent just moving some rooms and stuff. Yeah. By the way, here I would like to say, Sohaya Ali Abru, the actress who plays Kiran, her acting with her son is so natural, so cute. It looks like she really is the mother, and I really like that. In some dramas, sometimes it's a little not very comfortable acting, but here I really like her. She's so natural with the boy, the little 5-year-old boy. Anyways, so what was I saying? Yes, so Kiran wants to shift her office with her business partners, her friend and her husband, to the upper portion of their house, their mother's house.
She talks to her mother.
So she talks to her mother. She says, can you please convince Baba? Then the mother talks to her husband, Sajjad,
Then
uncle. Finally, it is revealed to the family.
Yeah.
Sajjad says, I knew you were going to do these things, and so this house is not yours. It's in my name. I transferred this house to my name. Such big dhoka. Dhoka is betrayal of trust, of like, how can you? This was Kabir's house, the Mamu Kabir.
You can say battamiz also, right? Can
Very like battamizi by the dad. So he finally reveals, and he said, oh yeah, I used to feel guilty, but now when you guys are like using this house as a way to like put your demands on me.
Instead of he was gonna apologize or something, he was saying, I am right.
Yes, I was right to do it.
Yeah, I am glad I did this.
Yes.
Kind of.
He doubled down on his deception. He said, I was right in doing this. Yeah. So this was so bad. Like I felt horrible for the mother. So yeah. So basically, finally, this secret is out. It was a secret for a very long time. After so many years, the secret is out that the house actually belongs to the father, not to the mother, as the brother wanted, Kabir, uncle, Mamu. So then
what happened is like
yes. So
the thing is actually with their parents, the things were happening between them. The girls' parents actually also.
That is episode number 18. Just one little more like kind of like a big thing in this episode is that Moiz and Sohaili Abro, the Kiran, they meet again and in like outside of her office, and there he kind of learns that she is in a very immediate, urgent need to find a house. So he says that I will help you on this. We have some projects and schemes. He's very rich, so I will in easy installments and easy. So he helps her, and she's very glad. And so basically he finds her the house, and so that was it, right? And then then she tells her mother that I will move into a flat and I will do this. And yes, one more thing. So they are at a restaurant because they said, okay, tomorrow we will go look at the house, at the flat. Then they sit at the restaurant, and then he asks her question, the reason for her divorce. Moiz asks her, and she tells him like Saif didn't like me, his parents forced him, but it was also Saif's fault. And his parents, yes, were at fault for forcing their son, but it was also Saif's fault. Of course,
and while they were talking also, she saw like the Moiz
Naveen saw. But before that, Moiz asked him that, can I ask you a question? Did you ever love Saif? Remember that question? And Kiran says that
you grow some affection and stuff.
Yes, I can't say about love, but he was my husband, so unse ek unsiyat aur ek apnaiyat ho jati hai. Okay, and she says that no one really asked me this question. This is the first time, but here, guys, since I'm a very good reviewer and a watcher, this question was asked to Kiran by her sister.
तुम्हें सैफ भाई से मोहब्बत है?
मेरी जिंदगी में आने वाला पहला मर्द है सैफ। पता नहीं मुझे मोहब्बत हुई कि नहीं।
This question was asked, her sister asked the same question, that are you in love with Moiz bhai? And she literally gives the same answer. So no, Kiran, you did answer this question another time. So that is it. And Kabir Mamu, of course, naturally he's very angry with Sajjad bhai, the father, for doing this big betrayal. He said also it's my fault that why did not I read the documents while signing. He was in a hurry when he signed the documents. So that's that. So that's the end of episode 17. And then we go on to episode 18, which came on Saturday this week, 5th of April. So we see that Naveen lies to her parents about Moiz, and she says to her parents, oh, Moiz is lying, he's trying to save his own skin because I saw him with Kiran a girl like decoration whatever at the restaurant, so he's lying. So she basically trying to save herself, she blames it all on Moise, which was bad move, Naveen. Then his parents learned this thing, Moise's parents learned this lie, and they have a very typical reaction, you know, like, oh, why Moise must be this Kiran girl. And here I will mention the father, Moise's father. He says that my brother Ayaz bhai, so he has some trauma with this. They think, because he also finds out in the office that Moise is giving Kiran a house on a very low rate with very long installment, something like that, right? And so he thinks that Kiran must be a gold digger. And he is very traumatized by this whole situation because his own brother died of a heartbreak because he was deceived by a gold digger and she left him after he had no money and then he died. So he thinks the same should not happen to Moise. But I feel like this is so much assumption.
But we didn't say also his business relations with the other Naveen's father.
But they are all
There were
fine
some
now.
no, like he was saying like how can we like reject this not proposal but this wedding, how can we cancel this all the wedding and everything, this marriage and this relation. So that, but then we saw him like also he was saying Moise is the most important thing in our life, kind of Moise is important, so I don't care about the business or other stuff, so he should be just happy.
Yes, that was good, but then
we also solved that also.
That
so
was
we
good.
should mention this also, like
that was good by his father. They are more open. He said, okay, if it was about another girl, if he had told us, we would be fine with it. But now that he is learning about Kiran in these ways, he is thinking bad of her. So will Moise be able to clean all this misunderstanding? We will have to wait. So yeah, that was actually nice of the father for him to say that he actually values Moise's happiness more than his business deal. So that was very nice, kind of unexpected, because I also didn't think he seemed a little too, in the beginning, too like business is more important. We thought maybe he was like, you know, one of those parents, but then we saw that actually he's a nice dad. But then again, that whole gold digger conversation, so he is traumatized about that fact because of his brother. So now he thinks that Kiran might be a gold digger. So will he accept Kiran in Moise's life? That's basically going to be a little resistance, I think. So yeah, so Kiran moves on into the flat, and also with her mother. Her mother says that I have been so hurt by your father that I would rather come and stay with you, leave him. So which I thought is a very good step by the mother, because she is shown as such a, like, following her husband wherever. And she said that had your father asked me himself to give this house is nothing to me.
I would give.
Yes, I would give.
She was saying, I would give.
Yes, she says, but he betrayed me. He went behind my back.
किरण, मुझे इस घर के छिन जाने का गम नहीं है। जो भरोसा, जो एतमाद मैंने तुम्हारे अबू पे किया था, उसका छिन जाने का गम है।
That is so bad. That is such a cheap stunt to do, stunt to pull. So yeah, so the mother moves with Kiran also. She leaves, and the father acting is very good. Because yes, he is not apologizing for his behavior, but when he is in his own alone moments, he has this like face where he does feel a little guilty or ashamed or apologetic.
But he's not showing to them.
I don't think, because for men their egos are so big, especially husbands like this, that they take a long time to realize. But I think with his wife's absence, he will realize.
He will realize, I guess. Yeah, I also agree.
So yeah, so there was a small scene also between Faryal with her mother-in-law, where Faryal learns that she cannot be a mother herself. So her mother-in-law comes and consoles Faryal. So I like that.
That scene was nice, at least because they were like together, and finally the mother, I guess, kind of accepted her, and like she was saying, okay, come. She was saying, I also had some complications before, right?
Before having Moise, and
the mother was saying, so
So I really like that. I'm glad they didn't take it fully typical Saas Bahu. Saas Bahu means mother-in-law, daughter-in-law in the dramas which happens. So yeah, and then just small cute moment between Moiz and Kiran when Moiz comes and visits Kiran and he cleans, like she kind of trips over, then something
yeah.
breaks, so he cleans it.
True.
And then she's just about to tell him that she has a son, but he has to go away. So Moiz still doesn't know that she also has a son. So question marks. I mean, not that big. I feel like we know where the story will go. But will now, since Saif, her ex, cannot have a child, will he again go back to his son that actually exists, Shani? And will Moise's parents think of Kiran as a gold digger, or will they accept her? Will Moise again say I love you to Kiran? Will Kiran be able to accept Moise?
So
All
many
these
question marks. Great questions, yeah.
It won't be a drama if there weren't questions. So yeah, that's all for Dastak. Knock knock. And we will now say... Oh, I was going to say we will now say our bye, but no.
Before that, we have a section. Word of the day.
So, today's word is zid, which Bisma calls Nashwa, that you inherited this zid from your father's side. So, add them. What is the Turkish word for zid?
Inat. It is inat. Stubbornness.
Yes.
Inat.
And if I was to say, you are very ziddi.
İnatçı.
İnatçı. Yeah.
We say inatçı.
So guys, this was our word, and here we will not be ziddi. We will say goodbye now, even though we want to sometimes talk more and more and more. So thank you so much for joining us. We will see you soon, hopefully. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share our video. And
Exactly.
If there are new recommendations, new dramas you want us to watch,
we can
please
also
do tell us. We really need your feedback to keep doing this. Otherwise, it will be hard to stay motivated. So, okay then, should we say?
Okay.
Hasta la vista. Khuda
Khuda
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Bye
Allah
bye.
Hafiz. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. Like,
Share.
subscribe.
This is so girly.
No, it isn't.